It's time for Brush Street Beat, presented by our friends at McLaren Health Care. And today's guest is Tigers pitcher Daniel Norris, joining us all the way from California today. Daniel, how are you? Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us.
Yeah, totally. I'm doing good, and I appreciate y'all having me on. Um, Everything's good over here. Hope y'all are doing fine too.
So I hear you're quite the surfer now, Daniel. You've been spending your off season in California. How long have you been surfing? And you've got to tell me and be honest. Are you getting pretty good at it?
Yeah, I've been. I mean, I it's tough to say how good you are because there's a lot of really good surfers out here. But I've been surfing for about 10 years now. Pretty much every off season ever since I got into pro ball, and yeah, I think I'm good enough to hold my own. But like I said, there's a lot of really good surfers out here, which is fun to watch too.
Daniel, when I think of Detroit Tigers as far as guys that I would consider a Renaissance man, I consider you to be a true Renaissance man. I mean, you do everything, and I'm really curious. I know you had the Instagram show, the drip, and then last week the Tigers debuted a video of giving Christmas gifts. It was for a ticket offer. It was a promotion for a ticket offer that is no longer around. So watch the video. The offer doesn't stand, but you received an oven mitt from Tyler Alexander. And I have to say, and I'm just not saying this just to say it, I think acting is definitely in your future. What a performance. It was incredible. The look on your face when you received the oven mitt was, I mean, I'm, it brought tears to my eyes. I swear, it really
Oh,
did.
come
It
on!
was tremendous. No, it was.
I I whenever they like published that, I rewatched it, and I was pretty disappointed with myself. I thought I could have done a better job, but I appreciate it. You're hyping me up pretty good. Um, that was fun. I thought Buck did a really good job, and Tyler did a really good job. That turned out really well. Those our media people they're dialed, so that was cool.
Do
Yeah,
you
that
do
was pretty
you
funny.
now do you use oven mitts a lot or
Um, I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't really. I usually everything I cook's usually on the stove top. I'm not good at preheating and all that stuff. I can make eggs and coffee, and that's about it. But
All right, so he's a man of many talents. We've got surfing, acting, cooking, and of course, baseball, Daniel. We are going to ask you some baseball questions today. The Tigers brought in a slew of new coaches, actually, starting with manager AJ Hinch. And of course, for you, one position coach that's going to be very important is the pitching coach and Chris Fetter. Have you had conversations with these two guys yet? And are you excited to play for them?
yeah, I talked to both of them. I'd say close to a month ago, um, and both conversations were lengthy and really detailed, which was just got me super excited. I mean, obviously, when I saw that they were hiring both of them, I was really excited. I mean, I've played against AJ for years, when he was with the Astros, and I've always respected him as a manager, and so yeah, I'm super excited to play for him, and then really excited about Chris. I think that his knowledge of developing and especially with the young pitchers that we do have, I think he's going to be really great for them, but also for um, myself. Like I still got a lot of learning to do, and I'm really excited to work with him. And he's mapped out a lot of things for us to work on, and other guys on. It's just going to be really, really fun and exciting when we all get together in spring and just kind of get to the drawing board and figure some things out. I think it's going to be really special, and just speaking with some of my teammates, I think we're all on the same page. Just very excited about um, all these new coaches that we've brought in. Um, yeah, so yeah, we're all really psyched on that.
Daniel, last season you were 3-1. Your ERA was 3.25. You had 28 Ks and 27 and two-thirds innings pitched, but it was a little bit different role for you. You were coming out of the bullpen. I want you to be a starter. I think you want to be a starter. How Do you see starting, or are you starting to adapt to your role in the bullpen where, let's be honest, you were extremely effective?
Yeah, I mean, it's something it kind of is what it is. I've always started. That's what I've done my whole life, and I love starting, and that routine is more predictable, obviously, just because of the rotation and whatnot. But um, I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I want to start, but being in the bullpen was kind of exciting for me last year, just because it did teach me a lot about who I am as a pitcher and a lot about my stuff and what I can rely on. And like, I think about a few times when I would come in with guys on base. If somebody like the starter came out and there's a guy on second or whatever, and that was pretty exhilarating just coming in. Like, I don't want that guy to score, so you're just going to your weapons right away. Obviously, as a starter, you do the same, but it was a little bit different. So I think, if I do get the chance to start again, I'm going to be better for it, just because of what I learned last year. Having said that, regardless of my role, I'm just excited to go out there and compete and win. I think, I just really want to win, and I feel like as a team, we're really close. And with this new coaching staff, I think they're going to kind of propel us into a lot of victories.
Well, it sounds like the
You know,
Seagulls there too are pretty excited about you starting as well.
I knew he was
Yeah.
going to say something. I knew it. I should have predicted.
Hey man, that's cool. I mean, it's nature. You gotta love it.
Yeah, totally.
Daniel, this is one of the first off seasons in a while where you've been completely healthy and can focus on preparation for next season. How good does that feel? And how are you preparing for spring training, which really is just around the corner?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm definitely not taking it for granted. Just yeah, going into an off season, not rehabbing something, and being able to really focus on certain things and getting stronger. And the place that I train out here, Peak Performance Project, I've been out here for the last 4 years now, 4 off seasons. And even our trainers out here, they've spoke volumes to just where my body's at compared to the past few off seasons where I was rehabbing and stuff. Just in my like full body assessments, they have just echoed that I'm in a way better position, just as far as health wise and body wise and strength wise. So you hear this a lot, but I feel like I haven't been this strong in a while. So I'm chomping at the bit to get back down to Florida and ready to rock.
Daniel, you are really truly a man of the people. And I'm kind of curious. This was such an odd season where there weren't fans in the stands. I guess we're hoping. I know you're in California. They're under lockdown, I guess, again right now. So, I mean, when you come back to Detroit, are you looking forward to maybe having people in the stands? Did it affect you? Did you miss it, or were you able to channel that out, not having people there cheering you on?
I think a lot. I think every athlete has the ability to kind of channel in and really focus on the game and the task at hand in that moment. So as far as like game speed and everything, once you're in between the lines, it's kind of game on. But you're right. I mean, going to the field and BP and all that stuff. I mean, we miss the fans so much, and it felt really, really weird the whole year. You never really got used to it. So I think that we're all just kind of hoping and praying that we can have, the city of Detroit in the stadium when we get back out there, because it was weird, and we missed that energy and the feel, and it's not. I mean, it is baseball, but it's really not. It's just different. It's a different game without the fans, and so we miss that a lot, and I think that hopefully as a country and as a world we can sort of get to a point in this pandemic where we can get back to some normalcy and have our sports back.
And of course, everything that's happening in the world right now it's a bummer. Everybody's suffering in their own way or trying to get through this in their own way. But one thing as Tigers fans that was specifically a bummer that we couldn't be in the stands this year was how exciting this team is. You guys are really on the up and coming. You talked about some of the young pitchers that you're with, including Casey Mize and Tarek Skubal. So how excited are you for the future of the Detroit Tigers?
Yeah, I'm super excited, and you're spot on. I mean, we all know that it's been a rough few years, in the win and loss column, but um, I really think even going back to 2019, we've started playing a lot better baseball, and we're not making, we're not collectively making the mistakes that we were, in the other years. And I think that winning feeling and that like feeling of going to the field and knowing that we can really do damage is right around the corner. And I think that, like I said, I mean, last year that we were hot for a while and we were all super excited and we were kind of in it. So I think that, with the addition of AJ and Chris and all the other coaches that we hired, um, I really think we can surprise some people this year and really be in the mix for where we want to be.
Daniel, I need to ask you this. I mean, do you still have the original Shaggy? Or are you on Shaggy 2? Are you tooling around Cali in that legendary van?
Of course, I still have Shaggy. It's back in Tennessee, my parents' home. I still drive it when I'm home. Out here, I've got a 1973 Ford Econoline that I sort of gutted. It's an old
That's
motorcycle
cool.
shop van, and yeah, I gutted it out and put some like a bed frame and storage and wood flooring and all that. So yeah, I don't know. I like old cars, and so I've got a couple vans. Yeah. I actually,
Sounds
Very
I
cool.
great.
actually just, I actually just picked up a new rig yesterday. I was surfing at this spot a little bit north, and I saw this old 1988 Volvo for sale, and I called the guy and I said, "Hey, I saw the rig. What are you asking for it?" And he was like, "Oh, like $2,000." And I was like, "Sold. We'll make it happen." And so I got another little beach mobber that I can stuff some boards in there, and so yeah, I just like old stuff.
That's
World's most
cool.
interesting man, I swear. You
Right.
have so
That's why
many.
he's a Renaissance man.
Well, Daniel, thank you so much again for taking the time to join us today. It was really great catching up with you. And I can tell you this, we are very much looking forward to next Tigers season.
Yeah, likewise. I can't wait.
Thanks again,
Thanks.
Daniel. And of course, a big thank you to McLaren Health Care for presenting Brush Street Beat right here on the Word on Woodward.